Media bubbles are actually nothing new. They were floating around long before Twitter and Facebook and cable news. Let's go back. 1828. If you were opposed to Andrew Jackson being president, you probably read newspapers that attacked him for marrying a woman before she was divorced. If you supported Jackson, you probably read newspapers proclaiming his innocence, objectivity, balance. Yeah, they were pretty much impossible to find. Political parties actually provided the financial support for many of the newspapers in the 19th century. But that gradually changed as new revenue streams opened up, like advertising from department stores and ivory soap.
Ivory won't get lost. It floats. Personal size ivory is your best buy.
Many newspapers moved to the middle, less partisan but often sensational still. It's called yellow journalism. Think the tabloids at the grocery store checkout counter. A notable exception to the sensationalism, though, came in 1851. That was the launch of the New York Daily Times, which became the New York Times 6 years later. It was aimed at restraint, at sophistication. And politically, the founding editor, Henry Raymond, declared a more neutral approach, and the trend spread to other big cities in the early 1900s. Radio news came on the scene, began in the 1920s and grew in the 30s and 40s, and for the most part used a straightforward, objective presentation. Edward R. Murrow's This Is London reports during the German Blitz, great example. There were exceptions, though, like Walter Winchell combining news and gossip. Again, the media bubbles have inflated and deflated many times over the years. Broadcast news. In part because they used public airwaves and because of the fairness doctrine, it occupied the middle road. Never too far left, never too far right. Probably no evening news anchor personified that more than Walter Cronkite, the most trusted man in America.
And that's the way it is. And that's the way it is. And that's the way it is.
Then the fairness doctrine was revoked in 1987. Changed everything.
8 years old is when I first knew I wanted to be on the radio.
An immediate result is partisan radio broadcast soon exploded, especially among conservatives. Rush Limbaugh, Dr. Laura.
I get to answer your questions. This is from Meg.
But the biggest bubbles, cable news and the internet, were just coming on the scene. Cable is not a public airwave. It's a private business. Anyone can say anything they want. In '96, Fox and MSNBC both got their starts, veering hard right and left as they got more competition from the 24-hour online media. Now, pick any screen size, and it's possible to read, watch, and listen to news that reinforces your personal opinions, free of any challenging opinions or facts. Will that bubble ever burst? Will it grow? We'll see.